welcome to another live today. This live is basically about the Bexley entrance, what your children would be giving tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So I just want to give you a rough idea what they would be expecting in the paper. This video is not to confuse your children, this video is just to help your children. As you guys are aware that Bexley has changed their format from CEM to GL, and this year is absolutely a new year. We don't know what to expect and we don't know what's going to happen. So I'll be sharing the screen with you all. I'm going to show you what the Bexley Council has told us. And then basically in this video, we are going to cover two things. Firstly, I'm going to show you through the Bexley Council what they say about their entrance. Secondly, I'm going to tell you what the paper could be about. I have taken an example from the mock test given by ALT. I'm sorry, I won't be able to share that paper in the description because of the copyright of ALT, but you could find questions of that paper from the books which I have put in the description for you all to buy from our partner website. So I hope this video is helpful to you all. And first and last thing I always tell you guys is please like and subscribe to our channel so we could update more education videos for your children to pass 11 plus entrances. So let's get started. So now I am on the Bexley Council website. If you look at the website, it tells you all about most primary schools in Bexley have their test on their site. So the children in Bexley schools will have on their own sites. But some testing centers, and if your child is school elsewhere, they will be invited to one of them. So there are two papers. There are two papers consisting a mixture of questions on verbal reasoning. So you'll be having questions about verbal reasoning. It will have comprehension, non-verbal reasoning, and mathematical reasoning. So you have verbal reasoning, and verbal reasoning means that you have a verbal reasoning, comprehension, non-verbal reasoning, and mathematics. Each paper will be divided into sections, and introduction will be given in the audio soundtrack. So you will be given a audio soundtrack would be there in which the children have to listen to that, and they'll give you instructions. All the questions are multiple choice and all answers are marked on a separate machine. So as usual, like Kent, the answers will be marked by computers. So the children have to be really careful of marking the answers so that they don't make mistakes. If they choose two answers, the computer will not deduct two, and your child will get zero, not even a single mark, because the machine says error to the question which your child doesn't answer properly. So this was the information what I gathered from the Bexley Council. And remember that the format is changed but the pattern is the same. They still have the same thing, and you must have taken a lot of mock tests which tell you that the papers are same from Bexley and Kent. No, they are not. The format is absolutely different from both the schools. So I have a sample mock test for you which I think would be one of the predicted papers. The paper would be similar to something like this, but please don't take this as 100% sure, because nobody can be sure what is included in 11 plus entrances, but we can only predict and give you some predictions how the paper would look like, and this is what I'm going to do with you all. So I'll stop this sharing the screen and I'll share the screen with the paper with you. This is the paper all the children who took mock test from ALT had done in June, because we had different papers for June, July and August. So the children had done that. So basically your first section in your English would be comprehension. So this is a comprehension passage. You will have a comprehension like this, and then you'll have multiple questions like this, and you will be given an answer sheet. So your child had to mark the answers in the answer sheet and not in the paper itself. You will be given a rough answer sheet to work out for maths. So you have something like this for English, and after the English you will have vocabulary questions for synonyms and antonyms. So you will have something like this. Your child need to remember them because the timing what they give is like for 20 questions they give you around 5 minutes or something. So the time management is the time limit in the Bexley is really hard. It's really hard. It's not so easy for children, and children have to work really fast. So you have all the way, you have like vocabulary, all it's made of vocabulary. Bexley is basically based on vocabulary. You have to work in with the vocabulary of your child. So choose the words. So you have all the vocabulary questions now, and then after the vocabulary you have the odd one out. Choose the word that means the opposite. So this vocabulary is still going on, so you keep having vocabulary questions all the way down. And after the vocabulary, I'm going to see what you have. You have like this. Choose the word that means the opposite or nearly the opposite. You must have done a lot of questions like this in your CEM format. If you guys have not done it, I would not recommend you to do it at the end stage. But if your child is in year 5, I would highly recommend you all to go and do the CEM format also, because you don't want your child to lose marks because of the format. So you have all the vocabulary one, and then you have the odd one out. This is something which is always there in Bexley and Kent. So you have to know the odd one outs, which word is not related to these 5. So you have to think about the odd one out. Then you have the odd one out. It keeps going. So you have a lot of questions about odd one out, like same like ALT mocks. If you guys have taken ALT mocks, this paper would be similar to you guys. If you have not and your child is in year 5, I will highly recommend you all to book your ALT mock test for next year. But the dates will be published for 2024 mock test would be in January onwards. Our mock tests are really full. They really get full very soon. So don't wait till the end to get the dates. So then you have odd one out. It goes all the way to that, and then you have to arrange. You have shuffle sentences. You have a section of shuffle sentences then. So you have to think about shuffle sentences. You have to do them and keep going with shuffle sentences. It has a lot of questions about shuffle sentences. And then you have a clause passage. This is also in Bexley. It used to have, they used to have it for CEM, and most probably they will also have it from GL. So try doing clause passages. So this is a clause passage would be there. And after the clause passage, you go all the way to clause passages. And then you have word links. Word links is which is there in both GL and CEM. So they would definitely include the word links. So try doing a lot of word links, because that might be one of the things you need to do. So you have all the word links, and then you have to have sequences of alphabets, because they have shifted from CEM to GL. They will definitely have relationship of words, that sequences. So they have all the way you go for sequences, and then you have the missing numbers. So you will have questions about the missing numbers. We are the papers what ALT made this year. I'm really impressed by the person who makes the papers. They have taken the format of GL and CM together, and they have done a fantastic job to make papers like this, which will, I definitely know, will benefit a lot of children who have taken them and the children who will be taking them in the future. So you have like this. So this is the end of your comprehension and your verbal reasoning. Now after that you will have a 5 minutes break, and after the break you have the maths and non-verbal. In maths you have long maths and you have short maths. In long maths you are given a piece of paper to do your working out, and then You just have to mark the answers in your answer sheet. So that you'll have questions for money problems like the first one, and the second one, angles. You'll have an angle problem, and then you'll have something like this, which is called a pie chart problem. You'll have that, and obviously we cannot forget area and perimeter. This is something you will also have, area and perimeter. These are some of the topics you should have done. Fractions, ratios are always there in any format, and they will definitely have one or two questions about that. And then you will have something which is about time. Time questions are also very popular in 11 plus, so you will have some of them, and this is the continuity of that. And then you will have the section 2, which is called numerical reasoning. That's part 2 of that. That's also called short maths. So you'll have questions about short maths in it, and in the short maths they will ask you, which are really easy. You have to do little working out but not so much. You'll have about cubes. Age problems is something which is always there. Your end term, your sequences is also there. And then you have the prime factors, square roots, and all these things you should remember. And questions like this one: how many times in 2017 will a working digital clock show the time of 2017? So you have something like that. And I'll just little bit I'll do like that, because I think so you all were unable to see the questions what they were asking. And then you have conversion from millimeters to meters, and all that things would be there. And then you will also have something like this one, some challenging questions to see how good you're in maths. So there would be some challenging one, and ratio, as I told you before, you will have some ratio ones, and then you'll have some prime numbers one, and then you will have some challenging questions like this one, and then you will have some challenging question like this one.
If Edward the elephant will be X years old in 5 years' time. How old was he 4 years ago? A. X4B. X plus 9C. X9D. X1.
And then you have the temperature problems, and then you have the time one, which I told you then, and then you'll have the percentage, and then you will have your probability, which is something some children really struggle in probability, and some children don't. So try practicing a lot of probability questions. And if you guys struggle in all of these things, I have put the link in the description about ALT practice test book, which has practical test with all the topics like mean, medium, mode, algebra, and probability, end term. They have everything they have covered. It's really nice. So try buying that book if your child is struggling on any of these things. And then you have how many times does 0.25 go into 8. So you have decimals questions, and then you have some things which is like this one, some challenging questions, and then you'll have something like a percentage and adding all of them. So there are lots of math questions you have. And don't forget your mean, mode, and range. These are the ones you all can get easily. You can get marks if you would have done them. So you would have easily got marks for that. And now you will have a section which is called your verbal reasoning. In verbal reasoning section, you will have 6 minutes. Each section would be timed. And if you would have taken ALT mock test, you would have seen that you would have given time first to finish your math section. You were given time to finish your math section, and then you were given time for each section for your verbal reasoning. So each section in verbal reasoning there'll be different sections of verbal reasoning, and each section would be timed and you all would be given different time for that. So you have sequence, complete the shape like this one, and which shape comes, complete the square. Grid problems. Grid is something which is everywhere, and complete the square. It keeps going. Complete the square means I complete the grid. So you keep having that. So you'll have a lot of questions like that. Then you'll have complete the grid. Again, it'll continue. And after that, again complete the grid. And after that, you will be given odd one out. For odd one out also, you would be given different times. So if you look at here, is given that 4 minutes to complete. So children were given exactly the same time what they will be given in the 11 plus entrance. So you have to be aware about what mock tests you guys take and what provider they do, because they have so many providers now. They have a habit of giving mock tests, and parents have a habit of going with the one which is cheaper. But don't go with the one which is cheaper. Go with the one which is more experienced and will make your child understand the format and make your child to do it properly. So then you have the odd one out section. So there, each section would be timed, and after odd one out, you'll have quotes. Quotes is something which is there with Quotes is something which is there in all the formats. You have GL or CEM, but now they have shifted to CEM, GL, sorry. So they will be having quotes. So if your child struggle in quotes, vertical quotes and quotes, you should always try doing it, because you will be getting one type of quotes. Could be this one or could be a vertical quote. So these are some challenging quote questions you have. And after quotes, you have rotation. Rotation is something which has always been there in Bexley, but I have never seen that in Kent so much. They do come, but very rare. But rotation is something which is always there for Bexley. So they will not change the format, they will still have rotation. So if you look at this, then you have all the rotation questions. Then you have sequences. So all the sequences, rotation, and that's the end of our paper. So basically what I've shared you is one example of ALT mock test. Your paper could be something similar to this. Another thing the paper could be, what I'm telling you guys is that the paper could be you'll have a break. So in the break, you can go to the toilet, freshen up, but don't talk to your friends about how was the paper. Relax, take your, because you don't want your friends to tell you in the break that, oh my god, the paper was hard, blah blah blah. So don't discuss the paper. Take that 5 minutes break what you have during the both the papers. Relax, go to the toilet. If your friend is talking to you about the paper, tell her, we might talk to it. We'll talk about the paper in the end. Let's leave it for the time being. Because you don't want your next paper to be bad. If you had one paper bad, if you do really, really well in the next paper, because in Bexley, they just combine both the papers result. They are not like Kent, you have to pass one. In Bexley, you have to pass them, and they combine all of the results and they give you a one result. So if you don't do so well in non-verbal, if you do well in verbal, if your combined score is 217, that was last year, then you will be called selective. So don't worry about if the paper is hard, the first one. In the break, don't try talking to your friends. Just relax, have a good time. Go to the break, just chill out with your friends and tell them we'll talk about the paper afterwards when we finish all the two papers. And that's it. And I just want you all to wish you all a really good luck for your entrances. Don't forget that ALT is here to help you guys. And I'll be putting up a lot of videos for you all now, because all of you are studying. I don't want to waste your time and going live and doing live streamings for you all, because you'll be doing you will be all studying. So I don't want to disturb you in your study time. So I won't be doing so many live sessions. I'll be just uploading some videos, some advices for you all how to pass 11 plus and all that things. And remember that on our channel there are lots of videos which could help you all to pass 11 plus entrances. So there are lots of videos. You can see how to apply to grammar schools for the parents who have started the 11 plus journey. Please go to 11 ALT website, Amisha's Learning Tuition YouTube channel, and you'll see lots and lots of advice. And if you are looking for tuition, please always recommend ALT to your friends. And we have also started doing GCSE till GCSE now maths. So if you are looking at maths tuition, ALT is always here to help you guys, and because of you guys, I want to really want to share with you we have won the best tuition center in Greater London, and that could have not been possible without you guys. If you search for the best tuition centers, now ALT would be on the top. So that's all for today, and good luck to all the children. I'll see you all back next week, and remember to post your results to me in the descriptions on any of the videos, and just say, hey Ashima, we got this, we got this, we got blah blah blah, whatever. It'll be good to share, and we'll go live with all the children who have passed, so you all can tell others about your experience about passing 11 plus. So let's stop it now, and good luck for tomorrow who are giving the entrance tomorrow, and good luck to the one who are giving on Wednesday. Another video is coming on your way for Newstead, for the girls who are giving Newstead, and for the boys who are giving St. Olive. So all the videos are there. I have lined up these videos which I'll be uploading really soon for you all. Bye for now.